What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have some maintenance to do, so I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. Since this is not a topic that we've really covered on this channel yet on the M5, we're gonna be changing the oil today. It has been about 55, maybe close to 6,000 miles, I think 6,000 miles since we changed the oil, which means I'm a little bit overdue. And so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get to that. Right now, I'm using this opportunity to warm up the car, to warm up the oil, because it's going to flow out of the car easier if it's warm, because when it's warm, it's less dense. So it's gonna be flowing a little bit easier. This should be a relatively easy job to do. Of course, when I start doing something, it always seems to take longer than what it seems to take on the internet when I watch people do it. And especially when I'm incorporating filming for you guys and all of that, it does end up taking a little bit extra time. As all maintenance and upgrades jobs tend to go, we start getting all of our stuff ready, and then we realize that we don't have everything we need, so guess where we are? Home Depot. So we're at Home Depot, and yeah, I don't have 8mm that I can use a torque wrench on, so. All right, so got what we came for. Basically, we need this 8mm hex bit in order to undo the oil drain plug, and in order to be able to torque that to spec later, because that's important. The oil that we're gonna use is the Liqui Moly Gen. The oil filter we're going to use is the Moly filter. We have the place to dump the oil into. We have our 8mm, and we have our oil filter adapter. I don't even know what to call this, but we have everything we need. First thing to do now is lift up the front of the car. First thing now to do is lift up the front of the car. First thing to do now is lift up the front of the car. First thing now to do is lift up the front of the car. Okay, so we are here under the car, and this is where our oil drain plug is, and right here is our oil filter. So both of them are pretty close to one another, hard to miss them. And the 8mm Allen, it does fit in there, so should be able to do all the things we need. Nice. Scared me. So here's our oil drain plug. Still looks pretty good to me, so I am going to be reusing this one. We're just gonna be changing the washer. The washer should be, yeah, the washer is right in there. Okay, so it still looks like it's draining a little bit, so we're just gonna let that finish all the way. I am going to, however, move this. And our filter is going to be right in there. So what we will be doing is essentially using this guy like so, and then a 27mm over this. Oh, that's all we're really going to be doing here. Once it's all done, tighten that to 25 Newton meters, and this tighten this as well. And then we're gonna proceed to lower the car, open the hood, and put the new oil in. The oil that we'll be going with is Liqui Moly Gen 5W40. The oil that we actually had in there was 10W60. I didn't really have any issues. I guess we'll see what the oil analysis comes back with, but yeah, I don't really anticipate to have any issues, but you never really know since we're tuned and all that stuff. But Alright, so we're just gonna be kind of gentle here. I don't know if we can be gentle here. So much about being gentle. And here we have a rubber gasket, and then we have two little washers. The smaller one we actually don't need. The copper looking one we do need. That's what's gonna go on the oil drain plug. And then this rubber one we're gonna go ahead and put right here where there's already the pre-existing one. So we're just gonna go ahead and replace that. It's the old one that we're gonna go ahead and discard. Just gonna try not to like stretch it too much. It's gonna go down as evenly as it can. We have changed the filter. We're gonna go ahead and put the filter back. You see that? We're just gonna line it all up like from here. Alright. We are all done under the car. Now we're gonna go ahead and lower. Now we're gonna go ahead and lower it back down and pour new oil on top of it. That's a completed oil change at that point. Okay, so this is where our oil goes, as we can see by the oil symbol. Oops, so I'm gonna take that off. Usually I just do something like this, and hopefully that'll be good enough. We're just gonna put in about 10 quarts, so that's slightly less than 2 of these. In liters it should be 9.45. Alright, we're gonna start it up and check the oil level in iDrive. Just gonna let it idle for a little bit, and then once this is no longer gray, we'll be able to start measuring. Alrighty, so now we have measured. We have not measured this yet, but the car has been sitting and idling, and it is now hot. The engine is hot. The oil is hot. So now we can start measurement. So we'll see if this says that we need any more or less. We'll proceed accordingly. Alright, so according to this, you can still put a little bit in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so after pressing it 3 times, now it says diagnostic mode active. So now we can hold this button engine oil, here we go. Hold again, reset possible, let go, hold again, reset, reset in progress. Reset successful. Bam. Everything else is looking good. No more lights. No more service needed. And just like that, you guys and gals, the oil change on the M5 was completed. That was I would say it was a pretty easy job. I always take my time with that. I always make a mess, and I always get so sweaty doing it, even though it's not so difficult. But anyway, yeah, it was pretty straightforward. All that we did there was open up the drain plug at the bottom for the oil to drain, and once the oil drained, we opened right next to it, we took the filter out, and then we replaced the filter, put that part back in, we closed the drain plug, and then we poured new oil from the top. We actually ended up using all 10 quarts. We ended up using all 10 liters, which is like 10 and a half, quarts, which is yeah, pretty good. This is how we do our own maintenance on our own M5 competition. Doesn't matter which version of the F90 M5 you have from 2018 to 2024, they're all gonna be exactly the same, and all should be pretty straightforward to do. Whenever we're done with our oil, we can just bring it up to here to Advanced Auto Parts, and they will we can just recycle it in there. Just walk back here. Use oil. Alright, so we were able to empty our container. It's so nice that they let you do that. Wash you guys. Wipe you guys off. It should be better. So yeah, it's great that Advanced Auto Parts lets you do that. Makes it easy to dispose of your engine oil when you do your own oil change. And it's free to do that, so great stuff. Now we can get home. If you have any questions or if I forgot to cover anything, please let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, you guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for stopping by. And I hope that if you're doing this while you're changing your own oil, that it helped you and that it made it smoother for you. Happy wrenching. Peace.